You happy?
Yes. Boom, che, boom, boom, che.
There was a way I thought we were going to start the sit down, man.
And then what happened?
Oh, let me. I had a couple of ways. Number one, I wanted to do like a quick profile. Number two, I wanted to ask if your acting has improved because I used to think you were a pop actress. There was a third one. I just forgot it now.
You want to do all three?
Nah, it's not going to work. I forgot the other one.
Okay.
Oh, I think it has something to do with your dad.
Mm-hmm.
I lost it. Join Unjani.
Ngiyaphila but Penuel unjani wena?
I'm all right. I was nervous to interview you.
Why?
I think I've become a fan.
Very recently?
Very recently. It's a bit unsettling for me.
Why? Why is it unsettling?
We grew up with dreams, right? And, well, I wanted to be Michael Jackson. But if not Michael Jackson, I wanted to act in movies. So when I see people that are in an industry that I admired very much and I see them doing the type of work that I thought was not possible, because I tasted the industry a bit and I realized, so the peak is being a lead at Generations, and that's it. I was like, maybe not.
Back then, yeah, that was the pinnacle.
And the landscape has changed.
Completely, thankfully.
Are you good?
Necessarily. Ngiright kanjani?
Are you cognizant of cameras?
No, that is a fourth wall. I am just you. I'm the only focal point.
No, thank you. I've got so many notes.
Okay. Azishe. I'm so excited.
Ntomfuthi.
Wakwambeje.
Johan. Is it personal to ask what led to your parents splitting?
No.
It's not personal?
No.
Why did your parents split?
It is a family secret.
Are you serious?
Yeah, one that
no, then don't.
I'm not going to reveal it, but it's that type of like sokutshela masusukhulile enough. And it's horrible, and I am proud of my mom for just packing up and leaving. So the reason why she's still Mrs. Reyneke and I'm Joanne Reyneke is because about divorcing. She just left. So they're still married.
You still have both parents?
No, daddy died now 6 years ago, I believe.
I'm sorry.
I didn't know him, and I was the sole beneficiary, and that's how I was contacted.
You didn't know him?
No, ngamgcinanga 5 when they were splitting up.
Hectic.
And then apparently he did come the next year when I was 6 to visit Maritzburg. She let him take me from 12 to 6.
Yeah.
Ngaboma 7 useyemaphoyiseni because I wasn't back. And when I came back, I was on a sugar high because I'd just been fed sweets and all the good stuff. And he was just like, what are you panicking about, Mfuti? And that's the last time I saw him. I don't remember this, though. So this is from my mom's retelling.
You're their only child?
Yes, they're only child together. When they met, she had 3 black kids and he had 3 white kids. And then there's Joanne.
Do you know the story behind their children?
No, not too much. I do know my mom's story. Okay. My mama was a beautiful rolling stone wherever she laid her hat. Yeah. So we are...
Wait, no, you have to pause.
Gajad.
Your mom loved having children.
My mom...
loved babies.
Was hot.
Okay.
And maybe was drunken by her hotness. Wavuma umjolo. One distract her from her schooling. Okay. Because she was, of the 2 aunties growing up, she was the smart one, apparently. Okay. But then abafana, distract.
Of course.
Baba shem oletu, sababa namanje. But so we siba 4 kumawami and sonke sino baba betu.
Hectic.
In type.
That's a trauma reaction for you.
What do you mean?
I've heard you speak about how you were intentional about wanting your kids with one person.
Yes.
You think it's because of that?
A lot of what I've done is definitely because of how I was raised. Okay. So trying to undo some things moving forward for my kids, trying to have kids a bit younger because my mom was about 39, turning 40 when she had me. Okay. And we just could not relate on anything. It's almost as if we're a teenager. Like ngathi ngiyahlanya. So I wanted to have my kids from 25 onwards so that I can relate. So even now, like when they're going through stuff, I can say, baby girl, this wasn't so long ago for me. Yeah. I know how you feel and take it from there.
How important is it to discuss, I guess we'd call it childhood is what they call it, childhood traumas with people you engage with, just in your opinion? Or is it something that you think you should just work on by yourself?
I think both can be true. Hey, sometimes mentioning it to umuntu who okubukela phezulu, it can help them see themselves as normal. You know, which I'm not the only one. It's not a just me experience. But I'm also not big on bleeding on others. I think others use it as a crutch, and others, it's the reason why it's the reason. At some point, you are journeying through this life uwedwa. And I believe my favorite definition of forgiveness is just letting go of the possibility that the past could have been any different. It was the way it was.
Sure.
So both can be true.
Do you have a healthy relationship with white people?
I do. I've always had a very healthy it's half of me. You know? Half white, half black. But I will say I've mostly had black friends. Grew up in a black neighborhood, Kalati, Lasekasi. Like I was a landmark. Type stuff. So
do you identify as colored, mixed race?
As mixed race. As
Zulu
mixed
black?
race, definitely. I believe heavily in what Trevor says, Uguti colored is a race.
Sure.
And we can't just be claiming it. I barely speak an African.
He says it's a race.
Yeah, like it's a culture. Abantu abama colored. Coming from like ipast yabo and you know, their history. I know nothing about the colored history. So I wouldn't feel comfortable claiming them. I even had a colored character to audition once, and I couldn't bring myself to going there. I felt like I'd be making a fool of them, or like ngati ngidlala caricature and not a real person. Just like to put on this accent, it feels like I'm I'm joking and like not real. I don't want to do that to them.
You're scared, or do you think it's just hypersensitivity?
I think the fact that I don't speak or understand Afrikaans and to put on that accent that is dictated by speaking Afrikaans, it would be a lie.
Sure.
Yeah, but I could play, for instance, a Zulu character who speaks English with the rules of Zulu because my mom speaks that way.
Yeah.
So that feels real to me. But ukosukeli haladi and just play, and I'm playing what I've heard, not necessarily what I know to be true. So, you know, the Losha Coopers of life who are true colored, I would not ever want to disrespect race yomuntu.
I obviously asked this in the context of if ever you are asked to challenge yourself outside of acting something you've been exposed to, acting as an American woman, learning a Russian accent. You know, we watch Hollywood and all of these guys, about Idris, about Leonardo DiCaprio, they put on
Doing
accents.
all these accents, yeah.
Do you think you'd accept something like that, considering that you haven't been exposed? Which is why I'm asking, do you think it's that you were just scared to try something new, or is it because you're so sensitive to the colored story in this country that you're like, nah?
It was definitely fear. Fear and not having enough time to do research and get to a happy place. This is South Africa. Like audition we told Thursday, Monday.
Facts.
So we don't have time to do research. And American actors, they get paid at least 3-4 months just to research, just to find a dialect coach and understand about the people. By the time uldlala le American, you can answer some things. Right now, if I were to get that job, play the colored, and now I'm doing a tour press tour, so about this girl.
Nothing.
And angazi.
Yeah.
Because I only know the lines. I don't know who she is, why she is. For me, that's how I find a character, by knowing them and how they became.
Do you feel any type of way that you were named after your dad?
No. No, I think my name suits me. I did ask my mom for a Zulu name because I was the only family member at home without one.
Sure.
I was just...
You don't have a Zulu name?
Joanne Reyneke, bruh, just JR. That is it. So ngamcela uma enlela afuna ukungipha lona her. Yeah, I was just like, never mind.
Oh, so you won't even mention it here?
Asoze ngale exposure because abantu bazomele bangibize ngalo. But nah.
Let me see a bit of profiling, which look, if people want to know who you are, I think you've done some interviews out there which are pretty dope. But you were born in Reyneke and you're from Mbali.
Yes.
One of my brother's closest friends and a good friend of mine, Sparky, is also from Mbali.
Yes, that's my cousin.
You know Sparky? Mm-hmm. You're related to Sparky?
Yes, abakwaXulu sobantu.
I'm so sad to hear that.
Why? Sihlobene njengemndeni.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's life in Bali?
Life in Imberley, as we say. It was amazing. I could be as scandalous as I wanted to. It's a small town. I'm lucky to come from the generation of besikhuliswa umawa wonke umuntu. So bo safe emgaqweni to the point yokuthi busaba ngisho ukujolela emgaqweni because usaba ukuthi umaga.
Everyone knows you.
You know what I mean? So there was a big responsibility towards ukuyiphatha kwakho, but also umphakathi nawo futhi ukugadile. So I would not have changed it. I think ukhula eGoli the way I was, ngaba ngisekho namhlanje.
You reckon?
Gangile. Namanje ngisagangile, but ngumuntu o-curious, ngumuntu o-adventurous, ngumuntu o-fearless. And nalapho ukuganga khona. So
what type of ukgang? Sorry, this
so
might be a very sensitive, very personal question.
Among boys, for instance. I was always the only girl, like hamba nenqwaba yabafana. So always nje in the neighborhood, lo meet aqala. Ujoyena bazomqeda abafana. And I was then the last virgin, actually, in everybody, because abangihlanyisanga abafana because ngihlala nabo.
Sure.
But the access with boys throw the coolest parties. Boys have access to house parties. And so nambe ngikhona, becelwa mina ukuthi awulethe sisters abahot. I'm that girl.
Oh, you're the stalker girl.
I'm the hookup. You know what I mean? I was just a very naughty, adventurous child. And also I was not big on denying myself the phase that I was in. I was very big on ngisakule phase yokuganga yokuntshontsha ushukela angontshontshe angigange sidlule lapho. You must get better kodwa manje usuganga ngendlela ehlukile, mhlawumbe usudla imali yokugibela type stuff, and then usuyajola mhlawumbe about 3 at the same time, jugglisha abantu. Phela when you're a virgin you can date like 7 guys at the same time.
Hectic.
Awenzi nix nabo.
One of my fears, and this is maybe me exposing some of my issues.
Okay.
I used to fear that if ever I ngakhule lokishini, because we left when I was 5.
Oh wow.
I used to fear I wonder if I would have had like a lot of kids or gotten sick.
I wonder. Mina ngazenzela irule yokungajoleli kasi. So
when you say things may have been worse if you grew up in Joburg, those are some of the things, or not really.
Exposure and just the quantity of things here, the size of the city, and everything it has to offer. And the different types of races. I think uba in Zulu land almost kind of...
It helps.
It helped. Like I didn't know the world was bigger than Maritzburg.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought this was it. Until I started wanting to act. And then I'm like, oh, damn, how will they discover me in the small little town?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How will they discover me? Shout out to Tumagandlovu.
Hey, boo. Babu Duma.
I met his daughter last week. I think... which one?
Oh, yeah. Because he's got so many amazing daughters. That's the thing. There's 3
those
like
real
top
men.
of my head that are amazing.
There's a young lady I met. I'm not going to mention her name because we don't know each other like that.
Okay.
But they're working in one of their father's production companies.
Yeah.
She was like, oh, Swagandlovu, we're Bigville. I'm like, Andlovu. Yeah, my dad's been in the industry. I'm like, your dad. So shout out to him. And that's how you were discovered. Outside of the standard stuff, you were discovered acting. You were asked to come to Joburg. You auditioned. Is there anything unique about that time? I think of, there's a lady I'm such a huge fan of, Simi.
Yes.
She's a singer. She tells a story of how she was discovered. I think she's from Tukela Ferry. That mental state that you were in, were you like, oh no, it's happening? Were you scared?
I think
what's happening at the time? I don't know if you can ever go back there.
Yeah.
mentally.
The interesting part of that actually is that 2 months before the big call, I had started making myself stop the entire internal dialogue that I'd had, which is one day when I'm famous, one day when I'm big, one day masengsekoli mngana mzobona. And I started like towards the second year of saying this thing, like, what if you don't get discovered? What if you have to end up working at a bank here in Maritzburg? What if you end up having to just be a bottle store lady here in Maritzburg? And then ngale fame one day.
Yeah.
And so internally I said, stop it. This is silly. You shouldn't say this. Because just in case it doesn't happen. And I think I pissed God off with that. Because it's like, kusho bani ngenxa zomhlaba ngenxa zokuthi awuboni wena umnyakazo or i-push towards lento oyifunayo ucabanga ukuthi ayisezi or ucabanga ukuthi mina ngisezi mntanami. 2 months of me just silencing myself, actually, just not even spitting those words out of one day when I'm famous. Babduma called and he said, come to Joburg. And 17 years later, that 2 months of ukuthulisa iqiniso lam nelika Jesu and whatever was put on me, because it feels very put on me. That 2 months stands out, and it's a dangerous thing. Ungalithulisi lelo voice, leo internal dialogue. There's a reason why it screams at you constantly. It's because udingakala lapho. Kushodwa ngawe lapho. So ungayeki, ikholwe leyo nto. The Lulu is sometimes the Selulu. You have to tell yourself of that thing.
You think you were starting to have doubts?
I absolutely was. Because looking at the industry, agekho umuntu ofamous from Maritzburg. No one is from where I'm from doing it. Everyone who seems to be discovered is from Joburg, and we have no connections to Joburg. I'm from RDP House. Asinamali kaya. It's just me and mom. Nakhona uma is trying to think, ngayenza join ngobuhleli. I'm just like, at times we're moving towards, okay, we're not going to Joburg. The stream is not happening. Sisema respect. So let's start focusing, like maybe a bottle store. I was really starting to think, mhlawumbe ngavula indawo kotshwala, bayaphuza ama-small town people, ngizoba sharp. At least let me just make money and be content. That fame thing, I don't know who told you, girl.
Do you think you were lucky?
I think it was meant to be. It's all very, very much meant to be. Like even me being the only one smoking outside of the line at the Lion King audition for Duma to spot me. From that moment on, and when I walked into the audition, I type stuff. Like from that moment to be recognized by him, and for him to ask me to stay behind and audition for Rafiki, for me to be so bad at Rafiki only to end up as Pearl on Muvhango. Yeah. I think if in the industry, between all producers, Ubabduma is probably the biggest talent finder. He is probably the one that finds the most unknown talents in SA. Abaningi, they kind of push known faces. But with Ubabduma on Muvhango, he launched a lot of new talents, a lot of vendor actors that might have never gotten their break without him.
This is a fact.
Yeah.
Muvhango as a production on its own
was different.
Was never going to, outside of it, a lot of non-Nguni speakers were probably never going to be seen.
Oh, no. Never get that chance. Because we just need a vendor lawyer. And want to win the case, that's it for you on the show.
Sure.
So I like that he did that. And he was the first to employ a deaf speaking actress. She was there with her translator. He's very much a trendsetter,
That's
guy.
Brilliant. Oh, siyabonga Katsheni.
Yep.
I worry about you saying luck because I had a follow-up question of...
Meant to be.
What do you advise young girls... Russell High, school for girls.
Yes.
Forget those girls. So you, I don't know, we come up with a time machine and we get a chance to go back to 2005. You're in matric. You're 17.
Yes.
What color il?
Yeah, I was one of those.
Oh, dankie siyabonga ulithi. So you're in matric and you've been asked to be a guest speaker at Russell. And there's this little girl in matric, Papa, and she's like, yo, I'm going to be a star. And now you've been in the industry as long as you have, and you're speaking about how Ubab discovered you. And number one, don't let go of the inner voice is what you've said. Don't ever doubt yourself. Delulu is the Solulu, as you said. What else do you say to her? Because she's like, can I please get 30 minutes? I want to be like you when I grow up.
Specifically to that girl, I would ask her why she wants it. And if that answer from her seems clear and passionate and concise, then dependent on her answer being strong enough. Because if it's not, don't come. Don't come. You will quit in the morning in this industry. You have to love it. But if her answer is convincing enough, then my next thing would be do not sell out. Opportunities will come to sell out, to become a star a bit quicker than others. Don't. One day when you are acclaimed and you are looking at your awards, you can sleep well at night knowing that's only because you worked hard, only because you were good, not couch casting. And I try not to make them feel too bad, laba abavumayo.
Yes.
Because asikhuliswanga ngokufana, abanye abanathuba lokunqaba because As opposed to what? I have nothing to go back home to. So if this man is saying other girls do it, then sure, I'll do it. But if kukhona iphimbo elincane nje ngaphakathi kwakho elithi don't mntakama, don't qhubeka usebenze, work for peanuts, pay your dues, build a name and a reputation. Many people will start to think you're a pop actress at first, but if you keep at it and you keep showing up and being good, people notice. People notice the good stuff and people start writing for you. But at the beginning, don't sell out.
Why did you want to get into this industry in Matric? Or at least when you were still young and you maybe dreamed of it?
Yeah, it was how actors made me feel.
Yeah.
Like specifically Brooke Logan.
Of all the examples in the world,
yes.
Honorary
That lady is our childhood, guys. We can't deny. Oh, Miss Brooke. There's just scenes of hers that have stayed with me for a lifetime. And to be able to live inside someone as a stranger, I found it so enticing that I couldn't get rid of it. And like I would find myself in the mirror kind of standing there and trying to practice that. How the hell does she do that thing? And the one tear, you know what I mean? And I wanted to do that for somebody else. And preferably do it for umuntu, like by us, for us type stuff. Because mina bengimuva Brooke. I wish bengimuva usisi wasema respect zeni ngikhule ngimazi, but yeah. So that's why I wanted to do it. And also number 2, I'm good at it. I'm very good at being other people. And thirdly, it is very therapeutic for me. Mina, myself, Joanne, am not the most emotional person. And I think I could say I delay feelings, like intong yoyizwa much later. Whereas my characters, they're designed to go through and feel things. And I learn from them how to feel things in the moment. So uJoanne lo hleli phambi kwakho namhlanje has grown through every character that I've played.
It's beautiful that you had pure intentions. So it's not a young girl saying, I want to be rich and famous like you.
Don't come.
If you want to be rich and famous, this is not the industry for you.
Please don't. Please don't come. Go study and make money.
There's no money in this industry?
No, absolutely not. Once you've made your money, then you can find your fame. You can be famous for anything these days. But if you want rich and fame, not South African industry. Absolutely not. Every rich actor that you see is making their money somewhere else.
Hectic.
To get to a Connie Ferguson stage, she had to work. And it's not just acting money that has bought that mansion. So, mawufuna umuzi, baby girl, vula my business on top of acting.
Can we talk numbers? Not yours,
absolutely.
But for someone who wants to know, I'm just an ordinary actor on Uzalo. I'm a lead on Generations. Okay. I maybe get some gigs during the year. You've seen me on Netflix, on Showmax. I don't really know your name, but no, I've seen you.
Okay.
How much are those people making? At a low end, mid end, and at the highest level? Just rough estimates.
Like
per month, I think is an easy.
Oh, Nkosiyam. The lowest I've heard a lead making on a big show was 11,000 a month.
This is not old, back in 1992.
No, this is
recent numbers.
Yeah, but also this is now the danger of the discovering of untrained actors who don't know any better.
Yes.
And his biggest paycheck was low 4 or 5.
Sure.
So mazum offer 11 a month.
And fame.
Are you kidding?
Come on.
Yeah, whatever for you. But he doesn't know.
Yeah.
And for maybe a bit of a trained actor who knows her story in a lead role, 45, 55. And this is before tax and this is before agent.
So maybe half is what they take home.
Yeah, so
we're talking 20 to 30.
Clear about 25, 20.
As an established person who sort of knows.
Yeah, this is where Nusala, most also established, Minalo is still building her name. So for instance, I got paid that for a long time. Okay. And I knew that the work that I'm delivering on set does not match the money, but I don't have the name yet.
Yeah.
So let me just drop these performances and just let people gag. And I've been able to increase my amount with each show. So for instance, the Netflix Bad Influencer was the highest paid I've ever.
Please don't throw numbers.
I won't.
Okay.
But it was the highest amount. And it was way higher than even I thought I deserved.
Sure.
So, but that took me 17 years. So yeah, you will work for 2.5 is kateside. 2.5 a day, 1.5 a day can be a call fee. I'm extra, I think.
And there's no guarantee that you're called every day.
Nah.
Sorry, you're saying I'm an extra?
350
a day.
a day, all day, 12 hours. And our extras, we will keep them in the sun. We will just give them chairs. They eat after everybody else has eaten. Goksele. Yeah.
They get abused on sets as well, on certain sets, from what I've seen.
I've thankfully never seen that because I don't think I'd be able to let them go. I can't. Injustice. Yeah.
No, I hear you. No, I used to shoot commercials back in the day. And the way, I don't know what it's called, the guy who does the running and shouts at everyone. The way they'd speak to extras and shout at them and chase them home and be like, who do you think you are? What?
I can't with that.
Hopefully it's improved.
From the sets I've been on, yeah. The only thing in Kalangayo is just the lack of indawo yabo.
Yeah.
Like mabenigwi itende elingana masite on a winter day. Bashap.
350 a day.
Bashap.
So not your numbers, but any numbers you've heard of, like established people in the industry who are earning at the highest level. So the young child who's like, look, I'm going to put in my 17 years like Joanne.
Okay.
But it's because I want to get this amount. What's that amount?
It can go as high as the 400,000s.
A month.
A month.
Acting in a show.
Yes.
Hectic.
Yes.
This is for Otaki.
But this is a series rather than a soapy.
Okay.
So there's no way to do that ever in a soapy. 400,000 is unheard of in a soapy. I think the highest I could, maybe 250 a month for a big lead. Like a big generations lead that we all know and love.
Sure.
Like he's probably 200, 250.
Which means after taxes and agent, maybe 150
He's all right.
or so.
He's all right.
Okay. And you're saying if you're in a series,
in a series, in like a thing you're going to shoot for 10 weeks, then yes, it can go up to some $500,000 for... Because it's quite taxing, a series.
Sure.
It's a lot of 12 hours, like 5 to 5, 4 to 4. When you're shooting at night, it's hectic.
You brought in Bad Influence. I thought it was going to come in later, but let's jump into it. I'll go back to my other stuff. I don't know what I'm missing out on. I see Black Tax.
Have you seen it? Bad Influencer yet?
Yes. So I'll get to it.
Okay. Okay.
I want to speak about Black Tax, The Estate, High Rollers, Istingo,
yes.
Side Dish, Intersections. Well, these are the pub, Rhythm City. But some Uzalo generations you saw, no, I think there's a whole lot missing here.
Yeah.
I see they've given you my surname on Scandal. Mlojwa.
Yeah, I kind of, yeah. So the character was Xhosa initially.
Okay.
And so I had to change the name and surname.
And what a great surname, though. Well done on the choice.
They wanted something that sounds Zulu proud.
Bui.
Yeah, no, Buisile.
Buisile.
Yeah, but like she's reinvented herself.
Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. So the reason I got nervous speaking to you and asking to sit with you, because now we have to go into Bad Influencer. Shout out to Chris Q. Khadebe. Shout out to what he's experimenting with on YouTube.
Hell yeah.
So, I don't know if you'll see him today. He's like, please watch, Chris Q is trying something out, and we had a chat about it. Do you think this is going to work? There's no money on YouTube. Is this like an interesting way to pitch so that you can shoot what you want? And he's like, please go check it out. I went to go and watch Shut Up, Men Are Talking. And I got emotional.
Oh, wow.
That's when I was like, but I thought this lady was pop, though.
People grow.
I got emotional because your story is a story I've heard from a few people, in particular my mom.
I wish it wasn't common.
Yeah. And then I made my mom watch it.
Oh, how was it for her, though?
I didn't have a chat with her afterwards because I didn't want to get emo again.
I would love to hear from her, though. Umuntu that's much closer to the storyline.
So my mom's mixed race. My father was physically abusive. And for all intents and purposes, she's had a hard life, but she's persevered and raised us, to become a little bit disenyana in the streets. But outside of all of that, number one, am I right? Do you think you are not that great? Or am I just talking smack? You're like, no, I've always been great. You just didn't know. And what happened with Shut Up, Men Are Talking for you? Because I haven't watched all of your stuff, a lot of your stuff, but I was like, she's there. She's actually phenomenal, and she moved me.
Wow, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yes, I think I have gotten much better with time. I crit my own performances. I wish actually I could find the clip of my first scene and put it next to a BK scene, just to also show the newcomers that you don't start off great.
Yeah.
Okay, but you need to want it. I was monotonous. I had no control of my deep voice, so and my face was not animated. So like like I would walk away saying, I killed that thing. I killed it. Oh wow. Nothing got to the face. The face is just, yeah, but I'm very upset. So I do agree that I was not amazing. I think that's also another reason why for another year at Muvhango they stopped writing lines for my character, because they're like, oh, okay. Maybe let's just have her in the
They
background.
didn't say it.
No, it just kind of happened.
Maybe.
I initially had lines.
And then they disappeared.
They were just like, no. Not even like, oh, here's a message for you. Not even like, Munkwebo Holdings. There was nothing. I was just in the background, and I got comfortable in the background, and I got to watch and learn from Osindi Dlatu how to set etiquette and how to emote. And by the time a year later that they started writing lines for me, because I started doing things on my own, just in the back of a scene, I'd kind of just find the camera and just be like, yeah, just like, those were non-directed things. That was just me, just like, and so they were like, people are starting to notice Upel Loindaba at the back. Yeah. Let's write her that way. And then I started getting lines and still growing. But I try to, I sit down with a notepad and just like that when I'm watching my performances. I've got notes for BK, for Bad Influencer, for season 2. I've got things I want to improve on. But yeah, I crit myself.
These were things you didn't do before. Now you're actually like a student of your craft.
I've always done this. I've always done this. I've always noted and criticized my own performances. I think it's how I've gotten good, is by giving myself notes. Sometimes I'm not that, what's the word? I'm not that nice with taking notes. So it's an ego thing. So I feel I can break myself down a bit more than a director could. And I can take it a bit more when it's from me. Just like, baby girl. Yeah. It doesn't hurt as much as like your director that you want to impress saying,
sure.
I didn't buy that. Oh, yeah. So.
Oh
my God.
Come on.
The way she makes people feel. From the smallest guy to the most important guy. I learned that from her.
This is now not on camera. This is off camera.
Offset. I learned how to be a lead from Mrs. Cindy. How to not be the most important person. Even though everybody else keeps saying that to you. Agahambi, ngama titles. Kulma na wonke umuntu uyama, buke emehlweni, ukhumbula amagama abantu. From grips to catering to director. I love that woman.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So from there to how do we get to Shut Up, Men Are Talking?
Yeah. So Chris created this thing for one of his favorite South African actresses, one of our best actresses in SA. And like if I were to say, I won't, but if I were to say her name and you think of Shut Up, Men Are Talking, you'd be like, yeah, okay, yeah, I get it, I see it. But then thankfully I got the opportunity to come and read for this role, and he really, really liked what I did, and therefore it became my part. And uNontobeko, she just spoke to me. I don't know, abanye abantu babona inhlungu kule story, mina ngibona amandla. I see so much strength in a woman who is facing something that's painfully common and just not taking it. Akavumi, khona into nje phakathi kwakhe ethi this is wrong and I'm gonna stand up for myself. So ukushawa kwalesa sidakwa ngemvubu was just so delicious.
Hey, you look like you were enjoying it.
Delicious.
Aibo, GBV. GBV must fall, aibo.
I did the first take and I'm, Shaya, ingane, kabani, umniko ba, and Chris was like, Tuleto, umshaya, Tuleto. And it did change the strength of the scene. I'm glad he did that. But Chris wanted to hire his own people. Channel can be a bit overbearing with us. We have bad blood with Penuel, so don't cast him, even though I want Penuel.
Yeah.
So he wanted who he wanted, and he wanted to shoot it his own way, and he wanted his own vernacular amount, percentage. And he did that out of pocket. And a lot of us were underpaid with the promise of one day when it does get sold, you'll get the rest of this amount. But we were all there just with a common goal of we believe in this thing.
I love that. I love that you're also mentioning the underpaid part.
Yeah.
Because that was my first question. Does Chris have because hey, there's some big names here.
Yeah, he used the money where it was supposed to be used.
Yeah.
Pay logo kokegayo, but get the right camera, the right set, wardrobe, so that the world looks real. But yeah, a lot of us, when it does get sold one day, will get remunerated.
Shout out to all of you that committed to the project, considering, because I think these become the Tyler Perry stories. Well, we're hoping it becomes a Tyler Perry story.
True.
But I'm also hoping that you guys are also fully cognizant that it may not amount to anything, but we're doing something unique because
we're changing things.
The industry is changing.
100%.
And this might be a game changer. And other people are going to come back and be like, how did you get this right? And you guys are going to be like, this is how we did it.
Yeah. Nyamtandazela, he deserves to get every last cent that he paid out of pocket and then some. I hope he profits greatly from this show.
Did you enjoy watching it?
Watching it?
Yeah.
I actually, for the first time, I also got emotional watching my own work, which never happens because I know what's coming. But there's the scene where the child is trying to apologize to my character about like what she's gotten her mom into. And my character just keeps saying, Hambolala, Hambolala, and she's ironing. And the baby's passing, and she just kind of grabs my character into this hug. And she just wails on my chest. And my character's not supposed to cry. She's supposed to maintain the strength. But I was just fighting. And I think I remembered how that felt. And I got emotional watching that story. But I'm just glad it's speaking to South Africans the way it is. We did not think it would trend like this.
Yeah.
We did not. So I'm pleasantly surprised.
How do you feel about the state of women in South Africa? Black, colored in particular, but we can also include Indian and white.
For every abused woman, there is a girl being raised by a good dad. So it's both. Khona baphila impilo esingeke sayikhola masingazizwa zokuhlukunyezwa zokunganakekelwa. But then same time khona thina futhi esizala izingane esingafuni lutho ngazo esakha izingane ezinama opinion, izingane ezinovo, izingane ezingasabi, izingane ezokwazi ukuthi cha, so that we at least sehlisa inamba. But it's hard for me to just say all women are in a bad situation because it's not true. But those that are, I can't relate. I was quite protected by my mom empilweni yami. Akukho kubi okuningi okwenzakele other than like my kidnapping, which is not my mom's fault. That was a crazy man's fault.
Kidnapping?
It's going to be my second movie, that thing. He kidnapped the wrong girl. I'm writing that movie.
No, wait. You're not talking about your dad and eating sweets till late at night. That's not the kidnapping.
No. There's this guy who stalked me for about 4 months. This is before I came to Joburg.
This is a stranger?
Yes.
Hectic.
Stalked me for about
not
4
an ex-boyfriend.
months. No. And stalked me so much that all my friends would notice. He drove a very distinctive car. We would see it coming from a mile away. Told my mom about it. And then the one night I'm partying with my girls and he just rocks up with a gun and tells me to get in his car. And he starts beating me up for the next 19 hours saying, and like any time I'd ask Ukuthi, Ubani? Ooh, that question would set him off. I'd get my ass beaten to a pulp. So I was angazi. So he made me sleep at your end. I'm just like, So I started calling him baby and I started saying, I'm sorry, baby, placating the boy. And it worked until I was found by my family members and rescued. And he only got 12 months in prison because they said I couldn't prove kidnapping. So it was for assault.
He's out?
Yeah, been out. This is 2007.
He's living amongst normal people?
Yes. Actually, my makeup artist from the estate was in Durban at some point, and she says she met up with a guy who said his name was this guy, and his question to her was, how do you kidnap your own girlfriend, though? Tell me. Is it kidnapping when she's mine? It's like, okay, so you're not well still. So jail fixed nothing.
Do you support social media not activism. But for example, you tell your story because, there's court of public opinion, which sometimes causes a lot of damage and cancel culture.
Yeah.
And then there's real courts, which unfortunately also don't give real justice.
No.
So for example, we're not necessarily, this is your story, we're not necessarily saying, let's destroy someone's life. You're like, I suffered. I don't know who he is. Maybe he's changed. Maybe he's better. Maybe he's got a family.
But people should
This
know.
was my experience, and I'm not comfortable knowing that this person's out there and I never got justice. I'd like you to just know. He can then go and tell his story. No, it's fine. But I want you to know mine. And there's a lot of women that find comfort in telling those stories on social media, no matter what happens afterwards. They're like, but I said it and I feel better.
I think that's healing. I think if umuntu ebona isidingo sokuyikhipha indaba, then yes. I'm just not that way. I would rather just make a movie and make money out of it. Yeah, I would rather not be associated with any victimhood stuff. Hence, I don't go to a lot of women talks because I don't agree with just what women spend their time talking about, just like what not to wear, white on this day, jean. I'm like, really? This is the thing that's plaguing us. So I don't go to a lot of women centered things. I avoid those things because I find the conversation is pointless. Asikhulumi ngezinto ezizosinyakazisa, ngezinto zangempela.
Do you think it's because you spent a lot of time with boys?
Maybe. I'm honestly convinced God started making a boy when he was making me. I feel like my internal settings are very male. Last second, but nah. Throw a breast on that thing.
You don't think your voice and your experience, good and bad, is needed in women's spaces because the conversation becomes one-dimensional?
I'm not big on defending my opinions, which then does not make for the greatest public speaker.
Sure.
Yeah, I get frustrated. Like, and I'm convinced wena ngizama ukubeka yami owami umbono, and then somebody will think uzama recruiter. I'm just saying, for instance, I don't believe in marriage. Angufuna umshado nala uhambe khona ngaze ngashada, angisoze ngashada nje.
You've never believed in marriage?
No.
Okay.
Never, ever, ever. I think my biggest mistake in my previous relationships was not mentioning that soon enough, not early enough. Now I've learned it's a first day conversation.
So there were uncommunicated expectations?
Yeah. Do
you think this is also trauma from like your mom, Mrs. Reyneke, now, even though they're not together anymore?
I just never saw umshado ongichazile mina ekukhuleni kwami. All the married women were lesser than their men. They were almost shadows. They were less than people. And ngisho lento yokotiza ukuthi ugirl oyokotiza kabhuti, but ubhuti akayi kocenta ekhaya, akayi ko extend umuzi, akabiyeli, sakhela yena islave. Kuthengwa mina, imino oshintsha isibongo sasekhaya sesikhulisa obani. So in my head, those notions have always been there. And I do believe, though, that there are people made for marriage. Like my best friend, for instance. We've been best friends 27 years. And Luanto Mazane, from head to toe, built for marriage. And luckily has found her perfect man, who's also exactly
They're both happy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Ngizometronela loyana, everything she needs in her marriage. I will support that marriage, but not for me. Not for me. And that's not to say now abantu bangashadi ngoba ngithi umshado unje nje. Just for ujo and angiboni inzuzo yomfazi emshadweni.
You're a real feminist, like OG feminist.
Okay.
It sounds like you're for yourself because you're saying it's not for everyone.
Very,
it's for
very
me.
Individual.
You're not big on traditionalism.
Okay.
You think it's largely, in your opinion, oppressive to women?
Yeah. Or maybe it's just loku mina ngikhule ngikubona. Ngikhulanga ngibona any of my malumes ever cooking for their wives. Khumbuli u-auntie engena ezo-boaster ukuthi nalogo sengiphindile ke ukuthi zonke loyayana mina ngizombulala loyagele. I've seen my mom beat girls up on my aunt's behalves. It's
your mom's a thug.
And also they come from the day of like you don't just leave your man, you fight for your man. Yeah. These days it's like, when's any? He looked, I'm out. Divorce. Back in the day they fought. So my mom would like wait for women outside their jobs and abashaye. She'll message
yes.
Yeah.
Without speaking about them, because I've become sensitive about children because social media is a pile of trash.
Oh, yeah.
You're raising a boy and a girl. Your kidnapping story, your experience now, secondhand, watching marriages, you don't believe in getting married, and just your fear and paranoia for your daughter, number one. And then number two, how are you raising your son?
I have no fear and paranoia for my daughter.
Okay.
It's not a opinion that I will push on her. I would have her as a opinion. If you are umshado, I'm all for it. If I go funi, I'm all for it. I just need umuntu azazi ukuthi why you are doing what you're doing.
Okay.
And with the raising of both of them, I kind of raise them genderlessly, if you will. Akocho yomfana, akocho yentombazane. She starts things first just only because she's older.
Sure.
And like he just can't handle the plates just yet. But there's not a day that I ever want my son saying things like, that's a girl's... We're not doing that. So his sister she's turning 13, which means body-wise, she's going through all sorts of changes, and he is just as aware of her changes as much as she is. I don't just educate her, I educate him
as well.
Yeah, like, you're going to need to be kind to her. She's about to start shedding, her uterus lining, and that thing hurts, and it makes her a bit shorter and not so friendly, but you need to know why. You know what I mean? Like, I almost want to get a period pain simulator and put it on him. Just to...
That's unnecessary.
No, fancy relate.
Not just now,
when his sister ever says, ew, I need him to say, guys, shut everything down, my sister, because he needs to remember that pain. But yeah, I'm not, I don't have plans for my children.
Yeah.
I don't know what type of adults they'll be. I don't know what work they're going to do. I'm just pouring into them until they become old. But
jeez, that's beautiful.
I've got
a 14-year-old boy and a 12-year-old girl. I don't want to talk about my kids anymore, but just on this
close
story.
Ages, yeah.
And so I've been asking her, because they're not based in the country. Okay. I've been asking her, listen, has your mom spoken to you about your periods? Please watch these videos. Please let me know as soon as.
Yeah.
And I'm like, please let your brother know as well and let him watch. And I tell him because he's older. And yeah, she was telling me, no, we had classes at school and some of my friends have started. I'm like, please just keep asking them and be ready. I've asked, do you have pads on hand?
Nice,
speak to your mom.
Daddy.
She's like, yeah, but my mom, I'm like, find out the difference between pads and tampons. And I'm like, your brother must know. She's like, yeah, he knows, but he's not really interested. And he's like, no, I am interested. I'm trying. Last week, too much information. I wish I could have these conversations on video. I used to, but like I said, social media is trash.
Tell me.
Last week, she sends me a video. It's like, hey, Baba. Look, I haven't started my period yet, but I'm growing pubes. I'm like, boobs? No, pubes. And then the brother's like, yeah, but you didn't tell me. He's like, well, and he's like, I've had pubes. He's like, well, no one's interested in your pubes. I'm like, this is too much information. Why am I listening to this?
I love that.
But for me at least.
It's such an open dialogue.
My sister's 12 years younger than me. I didn't grow up with an older sister or girls, but for some reason, I also realized the importance of boys and girls understanding each other and having that sensitivity.
Absolutely.
And I'm trying to do that with my kids. Specifically the ones, because there's 3 sets. There's 3 sets that it's a brother and a sister.
Yeah.
And it's important for the brother to protect and understand the sister. It's important for the sister to understand and protect her brother.
Yeah.
And to not, well, I'm a girl. No. You guys are in this together, understand.
Both and changing drastically.
Shout out to you, man.
Thank you. Thank
you for sharing.
Of course. Okay. Guys,
Genderless future, we'll get judged for it, but I appreciate that you're being intentional.
Yeah.
And it makes sense, especially in the world we're living in. Shut Up Men Are Talking. Now we're at Bad Influencer.
Ooh-hoo.
And besides the acting, which is, wow, the code switching is phenomenal from the first scene.
Glad you saw that.
The second thing is we're not speaking about spectrum kids. I know it's becoming a thing now because ADHD, but we have to talk about it.
In our dramas, in our soapies, no way. When it's so common.
Okay, let's talk about Bad Influencer. How has the production been for you? How has the journey been for you? siyabonga ukuthi nemali uthe ekuse ngathi nayo imnandi.
I be shame. What a lovely 10-week experience.
What a great production as well.
Yeah.
Jeez, shout out. Director is female, dope, black.
Kit the director, and Ari. We had 2 directors.
Okay.
Guy and a girl.
Dope.
She did the beginning and he did the end.
Okay.
So, lovely 2 people. It was honestly just one of the best experiences I've had. I've never worked for a company that big with that much budget. So you get a trailer for the first time in your career. You know what I mean?
That's huge.
Stuff.
Your trailer.
Mine. With my
That happens
TV
in South Africa.
and my mirror and my bed and couch, my guy.
It's too dope.
And my bathroom right in there. I don't gotta
This is a real thing.
Yeah. This was
Jeez,
my
that's
life
dope.
for 10 weeks. I couldn't believe it. Like when they let me, they're like, and you're going to be in there? I'm like, with who? They're like, just you. So it was amazing. We shot all over Joburg. So the trailers would go all over Joburg and we were highly protected and just like on top of being paid well and executing a brilliant script with some of South Africa's best actors. I got to bond with Usindi Mahlangu, who I didn't know of before this show. And she is just one of the sweetest girls you'll ever meet.
She's brilliant in the show.
Isn't she?
Jeez.
Pinky.
You guys complement each other so well. You're like siblings in some way on the show.
That's good.
Because like, what are you doing? No, but I mean, you come from apartheid. I'm a 2000, so
there's
you
a
know.
big small thing there. Yeah, like you got the parents besahlupheka. We now inhlupheko type. Yeah, I'm glad.
They really were trying to sell you as like an old tired woman. It wasn't landing.
They tried. Yeah, they tried.
Hey, shame they tried, man.
They tried. So I think what we did was just make her look tired.
Yeah.
Just haggard and tired instead of older. Yeah. Because I am quite old. I just don't look my age. So a lot of the co-stars I play with, they're usually 10 years younger than me. But we're playing like a same age couple.
That's a huge compliment.
Thank you. But also the guys with the, Beard Gang is in right now. It ages all of you guys.
Sure.
Yeah, so.
No, thank you. Nothing else you want to say about the show?
About Bad Influencer. About the baby, Leo, the boy that played Leo. He is... Kudos to him and his parents. His dad would come with him to set every day and sit all day just waiting for his son. But that boy would be so prepared. So prepared. Not a script in sight ever. You just walk up to him and you say, can we run scene 12? And he's like, what's happening in scene 12? He's like, get the one where I'm picking you up. Okay. And he's ready. And just sitting in there. And so you'd be like, Leo, where's your bag? My bag is over. He is so good. And we had to have a lady that works with autistic kids on set so that she could give him little things because they love to fidget with a lot of their stuff. Just anything to kind of zone their brain in and not liking the noise, little things. But I love that we showed how brilliant autistic kids are. The autism does not mean anything on intelligence. It does not mean slower or anything. If anything, it's a little bit of a savant of a human.
It's different.
Yeah.
They've got a term for it in New Zealand. I just don't know the term. But their term for autism is just different.
Better.
For you, it's better.
I could even debate better because they can't lie. Right? They don't see the point in lies.
They don't assimilate to the rubbish that we all do.
How is that not a better human being already? Just the inability to lie, to buy face, I can't read sarcasm because sarcasm has lies in it.
Sure.
I love them. I think they're better humans, honestly. And then smart. Way smarter than most of us. Like in that one field. Destroyer. Study ama mic. Uze ne research yako Penuel. You have one day. Abuye ne yako boy. Khohlo. They're so smart. So,
shout out to the boy. Shout out to his parents.
Yeah.
My son acted on a movie called Baby Mamas, and I remember there's 2 creators, Salamina no.
Yes.
Stefina.
Yes, the 2 best friends.
So I asked Salamina about, because she's married to Hausa, and I asked about kids in the industry. She's like, never. I'm like, why? She's like, nope, I've had experience.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm raising that is I wanted to ask you, would you consider having your kids in the industry?
No. If they grow up and they want it, I won't stop them. But me and bringing my kids to a set for 7-8 hours a day. And yes, there's rules contractually, like he can only shoot 2 hours and then he must rest for 1 hour, shoot 2 hours. But no, because the kid, in scenes where they're shooting at your mom, and the person who's playing your mom, I am not acting, I am being terrified. I am screaming. I am wailing. I'm shaking. That kid has to take that trauma with them home. And the more the kid is performing well, kids don't know how to act. He's just being. He's responding to the gunshots, and the mom is screaming, and it's situation. We could do commercials because they treat kids brilliantly on commercials. It's a 2-day shoot. It's a lovely pay. Your kid is not allowed to do anything. So, do you need a year? Okay, there's a minder, there's a everything. But like for a local soapy, no.
You'd prefer the lighter stuff?
Absolutely. Your TV is fine. We did a TV license ad where my kids played my kids, but I allowed them to be there because I would be there on set the whole day shooting with them.
Yeah.
And, could invoice for the family. It was a lovely little...
school fees.
Exactly. But actually, what I did was they got paid 10 grand each, 5 towards school fees, 5 to the toy store.
Did they agree to this? This sounds like some type of exploitation.
No, as in 10... 5 to school fees.
Did they agree?
5,000, I took them to the mall and I gave them my card.
Saying, "Funa my whole 10 stina." I'm being exploited. Pouncing school fees.
Do you even know the price of eggs, Wena? But yeah, let them spend their 5 grand however they want it.
What advice would you give to parents who want to have their kids on camera? And so you're sharing your experience of a type of work that you don't think you'd want your kids exposed to. But for parents who want their kids to act, Macaulay Culkin, Dakota Fanning, Jaden Smith, whatever. You're like, look, this is what I'd like you guys to just consider.
I mean, to really just think about the position that you're putting your kid in, man. You're thrusting fame on somebody who can't actually consent to it so early. And now for the rest of this life, this kid is famous. And growing up in front of people, the pressure. Like when you become useful, look at useless, for instance. Bongani Fasi grew up in front of us, just exposed to some of the craziest things. It wasn't a normal upbringing. Yeah. And now we expect him to be a normal, good, grown-up man, Ganjani, when he was never even given those tools. And I don't know how you can give all of those tools to ingane ehlezi sesetini, ingane earna imali, ingane ethandwa ibo bonke abantu esikoleni because ufamous. Yeah. A lot of real life experiences, like not being liked by everyone and not being famous. Like ngifuna ingane yami seyiteenager nkosi yami ikwazi ukuba scandalous without like worrying ukuthi ngimtholile lo blood and water loya ngimtholile. When they want fame, they can have it, but I will keep them away for as long as possible. So
is your suggestion
to parents? Unless ayikho enye indlela, babes.
Sure.
Then sure. But makuya ngami ngithi cha, just no kids.
Therapy, maybe, for the kids. So single mom lives elokishini. Ingane yakhe is a great performer.
Therapy.
So, but I'm just saying, siyahlupheka. My child is a great performer. People are saying, faka lingane in the thing. So you do it, and you're like, I don't know what to do. And there was this conversation I once listened to Joanne, and one of the things she said, and I'm just asking in that, would you consider, because there's so much happening psychologically, should the child be getting therapy, time away, someone speaking to them?
If you're gonna put your kid in the industry, then put as many boundaries around your kid as possible. Keep them protected, take them to therapy, talk to them frankly about the industry. Don't make it this mystical dreamland. Like, let's be frank about it.
Yeah.
But let's be very boundary-based. Like, my kid can't be on set for longer than this. And my kid from this time to this time is doing homework and type stuff. If we must, let's be super protective of that kid. Because it's true, some kids are just born talented. But I would still say, wait, kancane, man. Wait, kancane.
You spoke about you may have struggled if you grew up in Joburg. Do you think you would have struggled if you started as a child star?
Yeah.
Back when you started drama in grade 8?
Yeah, man. Yo. The Joanne that was once. Yeah, I was boy crazy, fame hungry, just money made my world spin. Like, all my principles and morals were so off kilter that if I was exposed to this beautiful city of Johannesburg, the fast life, bezongkwinya shem. Ngabe sengikhulisa ingane ezo-6 zobaba angazi abangaki. No. I would be a pimper's paradise by now. So I'm glad I'm a small town girl.
I came in as a featured extra to play your father on Broken Vows years ago. A flashback of you as a kid.
Yes, that is true. Why haven't you ever told me this?
It's not important.
I'm only connecting these dots now. That's
Not
true.
important.
You were my daddy. Wow.
You were acting with Utapelo Mkwena at the time on Broken Vows.
Yeah.
How's your professional relationship? How's it been working with them again on
it's amazing.
Bad Influencer?
It's so good working with people you know before because there's a sense of safety. Like in Nimpinchi, like Tapelo is. Do you know him personally?
I know him a little bit. I can't claim he's a friend.
Umzulu papile, he's umuntu wabantu. He loves himself, he loves people. It's lovely to act with Tapelo, yeah.
Comes from a big family as well. I know his brothers.
Family. Only boys too.
Shout out to his dad.
Wow, no, shout out to his mama.
Okay, and his mom, of course. But the brothers I know.
Umsebenzi wakhe waphela mhla ukuthi Xhefe. Umsebenzi wakhe waqala from the point of Xhefe.
Yeah.
So, big boys.
Bad Influencer now puts you in a really crappy situation because you now have a trailer. How do you manage that moving forward? Do you think you're psychologically ready to step down and earn less money, do lower roles, or are you potentially looking into, I want to stay at that level and maybe even go try myself out in Los Angeles?
I'm very big on, I've buried too many young people with plans, so I don't do future plans.
Jeez, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Too many best friends, all my siblings, 5-year plans.
How many siblings?
We were 4. I'm the last born.
Yeah.
All 3 are gone.
All 3 are gone?
Yes, I'm the last one standing.
I'm so sorry. Do you have a relationship with your father's children?
Yes. So when I buried my last black sibling, my white siblings found me. And then 3 months ago, my white brother died.
Jeez.
I am surrounded by end of life.
Sorry to deviate. We're going to come back to this question.
Yeah, that's fine.
Have you, I don't know how close your relationship is with your mom. Do you guys have open chats?
Yes.
Have you spoken to her about losing children?
Actually, no. I've never asked my mom how it feels to have buried 3 of her kids. If anything, I just kind of took how she was walking through this experience and just kind of adopted it as my own. And she's very graceful. I don't know how she's done it. I don't know how she's reserved enough love still for me after burying 3.
I wonder if she's scared for you.
Kids. I wonder. I mean, I'm officially the older than my oldest sibling when they passed.
Did they leave children?
Yes.
So at least 2 Koko. Well, yes. Besides yours.
My eldest brother, Mkolisi, he was hot. So he had 3 girls.
Come on,
same age.
Same age.
Yes. I'm a triplets, lawyer. Good no, my babo.
Damn.
And then my older brother, Ulungelo, he was just finished matric, so he hadn't started having kids. And then my sister, Ulundiwe, has 2 kids, a girl and a boy, which I've been raising since she passed 10 years ago.
Beautiful names. Lungelo is my second name. Lundi was a beautiful name.
I love, Olisi, Ulungelo, no Lundi.
And you didn't get a name.
And exactly, that's why I asked for one. And then when she gave me one, I'm like, ugh.
You must steal one of your characters' names, I think.
Ulwandle is my favorite one. Would Lwandle suit me?
Nah, not for me. I'll think about it.
Okay.
I used to like Nobuhle. I met a Nobuhle recently and I told her my firstborn son, those were the 2 names. It was either going to be Unkunzi or Nobuhle if it's a girl, and then it ended up being a boy.
Unkunzi is so good.
Sorry. Los Angeles doing work at the same level, or do you think you can, downgrade Nyana because you're like, no, man.
It honestly won't feel like downgrading at all. It'll feel like going back to the status quo because Netflix was its own stand. It was the first of its kind in my life.
Okay, you understand that it's different.
Yes.
Okay.
It was a big, huge blessing that came while me on this track. So I feel like I'm just going back to my track because as long as I keep walking, my life, I always say it feels like I'm walking on an invisible bridge, and only as I take the step does the step appear. Like I can see the bridge behind me. There's absolutely nothing to hold me in front of me. And it's terrifying, but it is how I've gotten here. Like, qhubeka uhambe kizoba khona. That is my life's testimony. So what is in store for me? I have no idea. I am excited. I am down the ride. One thing I've learned this year with 8 months of not working is to use the acting money to inject into my businesses.
Not working.
For 8 months, yes.
Not by choice.
Yeah, they were buying MultiChoice or DSTV.
Yeah, Canal
French
Plus.
people.
Yeah.
Paused everything. Put a pause on everything.
So it's another COVID for
it was
people in the industry.
Bad. January to, but truly do. Like, I've never seen the amount of actors that were showing up for like a Clover ad. Like for KFC.
Jeez.
Jeez. Just to come like just for 2 seconds. Can I bite the chicken? So I'm glad that work is being released again. Projects that have been on hold are starting to be shot. So it feels like everything is going back to normal. But I think is that I need to use my money wisely.
We'll get to that. You say you don't have plans, but I'd still like to know, do you think you'd consider Hollywood?
Absolutely. Heartbeat.
Are you waiting for Dumagandlovu? Hollywood? That girl smoking over there.
I just feel like Bad Influencer was my international audition, and I'm waiting to see what comes from that.
No, beautiful.
That's why I put my foot in it.
I'd love for you to be a bit more intentional. I understand the issues and the fears and the... but I'd like for you to also... This is your audition, but also put your hand up. And I don't know. I mean, there's people that have been abroad just to ask. Just to ask. Who do I speak to? This is what I've done. Just letting you know. I'm here. What up?
I hear that. I feel like that's not my job as the human.
Okay.
Yeah. I respect God's part of his job and my part.
No problem.
Yeah.
You spoke about injecting money into your businesses. I don't know if you'd like to talk about that.
Not even just the businesses per se, but just a lesson learned as an actor this year is that because I was lucky for the past 17 years, I just kept working. The most would be 2 months in between productions, but then you've got your savings. So
that is a blessing, by the way.
I've been highly blessed.
You said how many months?
17 years, 8 months.
8 months.
Longest I've ever gone.
Having 2 months in
imagine?
a 17-year career of no work is
nothing.
You're winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd never gotten worried. I got complacent actually. I got relaxed. And then January, saving, okay. February, savings gone. Okay, work is gonna come. No work. And I've got a bond and school fees and a car and back home, mom's house. It was a lot. But I learned that this time will come again. This no work period will come again, and it cannot catch me sleeping. So the lesson to actors, inject your acting money into other things, other businesses.
You don't want to talk about the other things at all?
I'm launching a production company, for instance. I'm shooting my first movie next year.
Jeez, congrats.
Thank you. I've completed my script for finally. My best friend and I, we've always wanted to start our clothing label, T&J's. We're going to be starting that. And I'm starting my makeup next year, 26 and 6. So these are 3 different companies that I'm going to be.
What does T&J stand for?
Tando and Joanne. Okay. It's that simple.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Inanj. Penuel.
No, don't worry about that.
I would just like to know.
Let's get to serious questions. I'll answer you just now. Mixed race, poverty.
Yeah.
I think is what I want to talk about.
Extreme.
So I finished school, same as you at age 17, but 2 years prior to you. Okay. So 2003. So I'm 2 years older than you.
Got it.
Yeah.
My siblings are 2 years apart. Okay.
I'm 39, turning 40 next year. I'm excited, but I'm also nervous. I don't think I was ready for aging.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you think you're doing it well?
I'm starting to feel a few pains in my body and I wasn't ready. Yeah, it's rubbish. So it's making me consider a lot of things. But also, I don't know if I've got enough children. I feel like I need a few more.
How many more?
I'm saying this on a platform.
It's okay.
At least 2 more. But I've already got a lot.
It's not a big number.
Me and Untom Futi are like this.
She stopped at 4. You're at what now?
Yeah, well, she's got 4 dads. And for a woman, 4 dads is like 10 women for a man. 5 moms. I'm probably lying about this number, but also I'm on a platform. There's a couple of moms.
Okay.
But I've got 7 kids. 5 moms,
and you
7
want
kids.
2 more. And then you'll be satisfied.
I'm on a platform. There might be 6 moms and 8 kids, but this is unofficial.
Okay.
I'm just scared. What am I even saying?
It's a lot of numbers.
But anyways, yeah. So I've got a lot of children. I'm blessed. I'm happy. My children are happy. The moms are happy.
Good.
I'm doing what I can. I'm struggling with one. I've spoken about it, and social media weaponized it, which is part of why I don't want to speak about this stuff anymore.
Yeah.
I've platformed some of my kids, which I enjoyed, and then at times when people were not feeling me, they'd reference, "Oh, what if Joanne gets?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Let me actually stop because you guys are pieces of shit."
You give them ammo. Yeah.
But yeah, maybe at least 2 more to get to. I would have liked to have 10
kids. It's what, 10, 9.
Yeah. But I wanted to have 20, and at some point I wanted to have 100.
Both one is 10. Did you
no,
ever see
I don't
yourself?
believe in marriage. I'm exactly like you.
Okay.
I believe in partnership. Let's help each other out. What you're good at and strong at. If you're a better leader, better at finances, better at providing, by all means, if I'm better at parenting, cooking,
there's
let's
no
do that.
blueprint. Yeah.
I think is the future. I believe in genderlessness. I've been saying it to my brother for the past 5 years, like, I'm like, that's not what genderless means. It doesn't mean my son doesn't have a penis and he can't be a boy or man.
Fully functioning penis, buddy.
It just means he gets to be the best of whatever he wants.
And if good human being, my
playing
goodness.
with dolls, if that's wearing pink,
so be it.
If that's shooting guns and becoming a bodybuilder,
driving trucks,
that's him.
So be it.
So,
no, I never wanted his tempo, but one of the other things I've stopped speaking about is polyamory because I struggled from varsity all the way to like much later where I'd have a woman that I love very much and I'd meet another woman.
And you'd
it's very amazing.
Feeling.
I don't do one-night stands. I've never done one-night stands. I don't meet random girls and be like, yo, ngiyakufuna wena.
Anju, what would you do?
So because I was young and I was dizzy and I didn't know, so there'd be another lady.
But you try to keep them all.
I think the average guy, whoever wants to have another woman, can only do max 2.
2.
Maybe most men can do one
fully
woman.
Give.
Because it's kati and resources.
And effort.
How do I build a home with you, raise kids with you, carry the financial with you, do the work, and then go and do that again? So most of the guys that say they want this table, they just want license to have a formal side who they're not giving much to be honest.
I see.
So I'd normally have 2 women. And then at some point I was like, look, I'm struggling. So let me speak about it. So I spoke about it. A lot of positive feedback, but a lot of negative. And some of the people in my life were not happy with me speaking. I didn't mention names.
Okay.
But it was just like, now that you're speaking about it, it's like you're making it official. And I preferred us just having these chats that you're struggling with this.
Honest.
Yeah. And then I stopped speaking about it. But I'm not into his tembu. But I will say maybe to you here, I'm majorly a 2/3 woman guy.
Okay, like
and that's it.
What's his name? Nick and Neo, the singer and the actor.
Oh, Nick, no Neo.
Yeah, Neo. Yes.
I don't know what they do.
Neo's got 6 women.
Hey, I don't know what he's doing.
In a compound of mansions.
No.
And then Nick does not force them to live together, but he does get each one a house when they have a child for him.
Yeah. No, not Nick and not Neo.
And by support in his absence. Get support one. Like yeah. Sonke njengeintombi. So vela. Yeah.
I listened to Kevin Hart and Will Smith sitting on a platform. I don't know if it was Red Table Talks.
Okay.
Zajada. And they were like, we don't understand why men are struggling because they've got kids with their previous wives.
Yes.
And now they've got new wives and kids. And they're like, no, but as a man, why would you struggle? Because I've got a good relationship. And in my head, I'm like, these fuckers.
Excuse you?
You guys are super rich, super famous. I can only imagine the money that you give to the moms, the kids.
Yeah.
That's why it's easy.
Hence, she's friendly with you, sir. Because she needs that.
Lose that money and that fame and watch. And that's what most men are dealing with.
Let's see. Yeah.
So, Nick Cannon got on, was it the Breakfast Club recently? And it looks like he's going to therapy and they've diagnosed him with narcissism, personality disorder.
Is he actually doing the work?
I don't think he's a narcissist, but he's been diagnosed and he's accepting it.
That's so cool.
Because he doesn't lack empathy. He actually cares.
No, yeah.
The other thing is he feels, or they've convinced him, because it's just my understanding, that him having kids with many different women, because I think he's got 12 now, is because of trauma from his divorce with Mariah. And he feels like he was reckless. Like he loves his kids.
No.
He made them out of love. But he's like, he feels like he was reckless. I'm like, no, man. I don't think that's what happened.
I don't know, y'all. They were kind of just never meant to be together. Like, I think they were just kind of supposed to have kids together. But they were not meant for each other.
Nalento Neo with different girls. I've heard him speak about it. And I'm not into that stuff. I don't even... Huge respect for Umselego. Babu Musa Umselego. I'm not a fan of that type of polygamy if ever I was to have his team. I prefer it's me and you. This is our family.
Yeah.
That's all I need us to focus on.
Okay. No one else.
And if there's someone else, I don't need you to be mates and that's got nothing to do with you. And whatever problems I have there, I mustn't bring here. So if short the school fees, I can't be like, but you have You're like, hey, dog, those are your kids.
These are all your kids.
These are ours. Can we focus here? For me, that would be a better model. But if ever you were to meet a lady and you know and you guys vibe, that's got nothing to do with me. Because that could be my sister, my female cousin, a business associate who's a woman, or a friend who's a woman, and you guys vibe. That's got but I don't need you. I don't need you to get along with my mom. She's my mother. The fact that you guys vibe is cool, but I'm here for you.
She's my children's grandmother.
Yes, but that's not your problem. That's like my problem.
Okay, I hear that.
If she's problematic to the children, like a school teacher or Munyukok, you can be like, look, I'm not happy with Umamsi and the way. And I'm like, okay, let me see what I can do. Okay. Or if I'm not doing anything, you're like, let me go speak to her. No, but I don't think this is appropriate.
Yeah, there's only two parents. Very true. I've never had an issue with this Tembo, actually. Ngiyasithanda from a distance. I see the last wife's position to be something of a fun position.
Fun.
She seems to be having a good old time.
It's flames.
Stress is kamamkhulu, guys, because wena ofanele ubalonje bonke labantu, babes.
Agree to umbhedo.
Yeah, wena ofanele uthambise inhliziyo mfethu. I don't know, I'm too possessive for that. Ukumagina nje ukuthi umzimba womuntu wami ugcwele ama-fingerprint. Don't know. Sikhwele.
So I'm an empath.
Okay.
And every time I've hurt a woman, it's broken me. Lying, cheating, having another woman.
Yeah.
And I've struggled. And I've been depressed 2-3 times from breakups.
Yeah.
But outside of losing someone I love deeply, what actually depressed me the most was watching you in extreme pain.
Yeah.
Because you're broken. And I'm like, tell me who hurt you.
Yeah.
Now.
Give me names.
And you're like, it's you. So it's
like,
no. So how do I punish myself? And I think that's where it hurts you.
That is a big one.
And it's like, oh, but then just stop what you're doing. And I'm like, yes, I'm going to stop. This is bullshit.
But it's not that simple.
But then, I don't know, we lack the discipline. And you've met someone and they are super amazing. It's not some yellow, thick, big booty. It's Usisi with a real life.
We're having
with a real story.
And,
that's hurt me deeply. So I say this to say, I'm telling you about my situation, my life.
Yeah.
But I have deep compassion for women who are cheated on, who have to deal with a man that they're sort of sharing. And I'll tell you, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
It's rubbish. A woman should not have to share a man. I think it's very selfish. I think umpedo, omkhulu bakho edisibane nenkomo. Kupho kwakho. Omkhulu wakho were fighters. Wena like
life was different. Life was very different. Don't start.
Don't be selective.
Yeah, don't even start.
There was a lady, what show is it? Is it Umnagwetu?
Yes.
I think it was Umnagwetu. So they've Linda Sbiya in the reunion.
Yeah.
And these women come and they speak. The one wife who this guy, and Umnagwetu was such a shit show because this team was not built like that.
No.
For entertainment.
Already sekchitiwela.
This woman starts breaking down and she's shaking. And she says, Minano Baba, we built everything we have from scratch. I met him singing Luto Sobabili. I think by Nzamatenda or something. And she says, Lona, I think what's happening is I think mhlambe mina ngimjwayeze ukuthi impilo ilula kakhulu. Mhlambe kube ngamthwesa what he was supposed to carry. He wouldn't be dealing with this. Skoki school fees are 5,000-10,000 a year. mhlambe kwakumele ngithi 50,000 100,000
Yeah.
Truthi mina ade ngimzwela kanti unamandla. He's got capacity. No, because when you ask him why, when you ask why ufuna isithembu, hayi phela, you know, ngiyakwazi ukukhona umnakekela ngimondle. You're like, oh, it's because you're living easy. I catch taxis. You've got money for another woman. No, I need a car.
Yeah.
We don't have a house. We're renting a little. No, man.
Yo.
Give me all these things. And then if you still have capacity, maybe we can have the chat. But otherwise,
and that's
you're
the common
too comfortable.
Complaint from abafazi ukuthi njobe lami ilobolo ungakaliqedi baba. Njobe wami umuzi ungakami usuzogcwalisa like hi. That I think is painful because there is a right way to do isthembu, which is everything is based around respect.
Yes.
Respect, especially for the woman. Because uyena lo muntu ozofanele enze a lot of lokuvuma lokho. So before the existence of another woman, it's a conversation with first wife first. Sengicabanga bengathanda usizo likamama angikhethele even just to show that it's not about ngilondolozwa imizwa. It's literally about ngifuna ukwandisa isibongo salayikhaya. And if she is the one doing the selecting, bringing in somebody that she possibly likes, then that's a second wife. No one was lied to, no one was betrayed. Akekho shawe emva kwendlebe, akekho zwe emgaqweni ukuthi oh indoda yakhe ayipheli kwa number 37. Jali imoto yakhe siyibona lapha. She's the one actually going to number 37 first and recruiting and doing all the information. Like umuntu right in uyakwazi ukupheka baba bazali kunjani kini, then you can come uzowandisa isibongo sasendlini. I think in that sense.
Do you think there's space for polygamy?
Yes.
In the modern world, realistically speaking.
If it is done the right way, absolutely.
But
I think
what is the purpose of isthembu today?
I think monogamy is not natural. It's hard to just be with the one person forever.
A lot of things are not natural and are hard.
Yeah.
But we persevere.
Yeah, we have kids every day. It's one of the hardest things to do, but we do it. Now we are sure it's possible for umuntu to be fully in love with omunye umuntu and then go khamba kwesikhathi ubusiswe ngenye futhi inhliziyo. What would be so painfully wrong about being with both those people if everything is out in the open?
Don't do it.
And nabo bayavuma.
Don't do it.
Ngobani?
It's nice ukudla amagwinya. Ne-acha, ne-lasagna, ne-pizza, but uzoba isidudla. So persevere. Oh my gosh, what a yummy rib.
Kodwa lesa sidudla sishone sijabule. Bejabulile lo yasidudla lo.
Happiness is overrated.
Yeah. Joy is what I seek. Happiness, yeah. It's a momentary thing. Joy is a state of
Don't you think we should just be training our boys better to say, look, you will suffer. Yes, you will meet amazing people out there, but unfortunately, ketile, you just have to fight through it because that's what you're expecting of her, Mos. She must also ketile. No, fair, but that doesn't mean you must get another person.
While this girl is still here. I think you'll be surprised by what people are okay with emhlabeni.
It's because they're getting certain things.
If it works for about two, then always be opinion. There's a married gay couple that have been married 15 years and they have the cleanest open marriage I've ever seen. Like it's all very much through each other. There is nothing hidden. Like yabo ukuthi mangiyochama ngishare nawe ifone yami type stuff ngishiye futhi ivelile ayikho into engiyifihlile. The second those phones start kuyochanywa ne-phone, why are you lying? Why are you having to live a double life? Where me, your partner, that the person I claim to love so much, I'm not going to deny you of what makes you happy, especially if it doesn't go against me in any way.
But I love you. That's why I'm lying. That's why we lie to our kids, because we love them.
I try not
I
to. I
know that if you find this thing out, it will hurt you.
I'm not of that ministry. Because I was ngifihlelwe into eningi growing up that I could have handled. Absolutely much.
But your parents didn't know. Or let's say your mom or whoever it is that you're referencing, they didn't know. They were like the average person, the average woman I've dated.
Yeah.
This broke her. So I love you so much.
The truth, the evidence says I have to hide. But I'm saying, hopefully this is where we can end up, is where rather let's just start with an open and honest conversation with each other. And also these type of conversations of ukuvula relationships can only happen like after 6, 7, 8 years of being together. You can't just pitch this thing, Boma, 2 months in, I see again. This is a conversation that should be had by abantu abayakhile impilo together. And if mangavumi, then we don't do it. But mangvuma, slimaza ba, masvumeleni sobabili baba.
You know, I say to guys, the reason there was this tempo in the past is because you couldn't hire a nanny, you couldn't hire an auntie or cleaner, you couldn't just have a female business associate. So if unomnotho ucebile ubusile kini and you have a lot of land, it's unfair for me to expect you to breed 15 kids.
True.
And to look after everything.
All of this.
That's why even the argument, which actually came late in our lives, the argument would be, you'd be like, hey, baba ngathi sekuyasinda. Nangu sisi sengimtholile ozongisiza while I'm out working, uzogada ingane. While this one, and even then the man would be like, hey, me, I'm not sure. And you're like, you don't have to sleep with her. It would come later. And you're the only person because of what.
And if it's the wife running this, I don't see who's being portrayed here.
But today we've got the nannies and the aunts, and you can get a surrogate. And arguably, even though I don't believe in this morally, you can, if you feel like you want to try sexual things, go pay a prostitute, use protection, and go wild, and then come home. Why do you have to bring another responsibility into what we have?
I accept people for being different because I am so vastly different from normal humans. So little to the left things like that, they don't freak me out as much as they seem to freak out normal people.
Okay. I'm open. As well, so.
I'm open.
Try and scare me. You said you grew up in bad poverty.
Oh, yes.
Please try and scare me and don't speak to like an audience. Like speak to me because I've got an opinion on poverty. My understanding is that you didn't know you were poor growing up. But please explain your poverty to me.
Yes. So ngikhule singana khaya at all. So that would mean sihlala in anybody's one bedroom. Like this room, we would rent this room from a main house, and this would be, but this is huge, so it would be half of this, and that would be the bed, the kitchen, baguette lokhama type stuff, and that's how we lived a lot.
Why were you guys homeless?
Because my mom left my father abruptly.
He was the provider.
Yes. When she met him, he was moneyed up, and he had a big, beautiful house in Reyneke that she ran the finances, and life was good for about 7 years, I believe. And then they separated, and when she left to Reyneke, she didn't really have anything. That's why she could leave.
Left from Reyneke?
When she left PMB from Reyneke, she left nothing. And that's why she could leave. So when we went back to nothing. So we would live with anyone who would take us, or endless aunties, endless uncles, somehow we're related, but we're not. We rented rooms from anywhere, anyone. I remember in high school going to eat my rice or uputu at toilet in the stall so that no one knows. And then you just go drink the water from the tap and you go be the class clown and no one knows that you are starving or that you don't have. I remember my mom waking up ekuseni ngo-6 ukuyoboleka imali yokugibela ukuthi ngesikoleni that day. And then pay it back. And then boleg the next morning. I remember ngiphatha nothing. I remember repossessions. I remember a bunch of poverty-stricken things. But also I remember that we were clean. We were always good-looking. We were big on not looking like the house. Mm-hmm. She had a pot display and she'd wash those pots and make them shine. And then abe ngaphandle athi angeke babone ukuthi yahlupheka. Angeke bazuthi akho kudla kula mabhodwe. May shine at your end. My mom is big on cleanliness. So yeah, the type of poverty I grew up exposed to, I only started realizing how poor we were honestly in high school. That's when you start comparing yourself to other people. Boni lanchi, abantu baphethe imali yokudla, wena awunalutho. But what I also noticed is that it's not on me. Because when I am at school, no one can point me out of my group that I'm there. So that's how I was able to separate poverty from me, the person, the vessel. So Ujo and Reyneke self yena has never been poor, but has been in very poor situations. So even namhlanje ukuphela kwemali akungithusi, ukwehla kokudla efrijini akuyona into ethusayo. You know how to react to stuff like that. Kuyaqinisana.
No disrespect to them, but do you have any idea where the fathers were? Not for your mom, but for their children.
All our siblings.
Specifically your mother's children. Because I mean, if there were a couple of fathers, at least in the modern,
dads.
you'd say, well, there must be at least one or two of the fathers who are contributing something.
No. None of them were contributing, but also noma wami bengaceli, benekhandla eliqinile. But they were holiday dads. So my siblings would go on holidays to see their fathers.
Yeah.
And because mine wasn't around, I would be with my mom the whole time.
Did that affect you?
Only when my sister would say things like, when ucabanga ukuthi ungcono ngoba uma wakho washada ubaba wakho akabashada ngobaba bethu ucabanga ukuthi ungcono ngoba ubaba wakho uwumlungu. I'm like, but what is this white man you keep speaking of? Like ucabanga ukuthi ngcono for a man that's not even here. You get to go and see your dad. But my sister and I had a very strange relationship. Never liked each other at all. I think I don't know why, but she just never liked me.
She's just before you?
Yeah, she's older than me. There's a sibling between us.
Okay.
She's much older than me. And to see sisters getting along, I would want that so bad. My whole life, I always wanted a good sister relationship, but I never had one.
What advice would you give fathers who don't live with their kids? Because I know our generation of fathers, I stand to be corrected. I don't know if maintenance was mainstream then. I think it was ngamaholidi, steli amasokisi for isikolo, but month to month, I'm not sure. Times have changed, but I don't live with my kids. I'm listening to Joanne's story and I'm like, hey, is there a chance that the mother of my kids is struggling and maybe she hasn't asked? Outside of potentially paying maintenance, is there any other advice maybe you'd give to specifically men that don't live with their children?
Yeah, I guess it would be to know that ingane ayikhuliswa ngemali. Kwesinye isikhathi nje nokwazi wena as ubaba, as umuntu ukuthi umuntu onjani. So picking up your kid, having conversations, picking up your kid when you're going to the boys to chill, just like involve umntwana wakho empilweni yakho, even though impilo yakho ingasekho noma wakhe. But like if you can make time for your friends, you can make time for your kids. So yebo ukusenda imali siyabonga kuhle kuyancomeka, but one day emngcwabeni wakho this kid will have nothing to say about you because you're just a stranger. Like when I saw my father at the mortuary slab, I felt nothing.
Who is this man?
Exactly, just a tall man. But abantu so strong. No, not really. I just don't know who this man is. And I don't think you want your kid one day to see you lying on a cold slab saying, okay, then what?
Most people who have grown up the way you have are petrified of poverty. And they almost do anything to avoid it. You're saying that you're not scared of it.
Yeah, excellent thing to say. Because ngiyazi ukuthi into edlulekayo, into ephelayo, into elungisekayo. Yeah.
Are your kids aware of your stories? Do you speak to them?
I do. Not all of them. I've got like a lifetime worth of stories, and some of them are a bit more designed to them when they're a bit older.
Sure.
But bafihle lutho. I want them to know. Just the other day, it was my nephew's 19th birthday. I've been raising him since he was 10. And I was telling them the story of his mother's funeral, my sister's funeral, and how there was the song that kept playing. And then I finished the speech and everybody's like emotional. But it's a beautiful day. And then I go to pee and my daughter's crying in the loo. Like, you're just so strong, Mommy. I'm so proud of you. That is so sweet. But yeah, I make sure that my kids, I want them to be my reminders of me one day when I'm not here. This is where I want people to see my son and my daughter and see me. So hence I was big on them not being raised by my mom because they'll be my mom's products. Yeah.
That's an important thing to say, by the way. Because ingane iningi zikhuliswa ogogo.
And then uxakwe ukuthi indaba ungazwani nengane yakho wena uthi uyalibeka ingane ithi no akwenziwa njalo.
Because you guys are siblings.
Mina wamwathi uma. You know what I mean?
You guys are siblings.
Basically.
Yeah.
So it was very important for my kids to be my products. You know, as imperfect as a human as I am, as a single mom and co-parenting with their father, ngifuna babe imina, ngifuna bacabange njengami, ngifuna bakhulume njengami, ngifuna babe ne-strength sami, all of that.
How do you raise kids to be strong like you without going through the same struggles?
Brilliant question. I guess you just show them. You can't really teach strength, just like you can't teach love and happiness. It's something you show. So hopefully as I go through difficulties and overcome them, I'm hoping that that's what they're seeing in those situations. Because I've just recently been teaching my daughter that panicking is the last thing you do. So she'll be like, I'm like, no, all the way down.
Yeah.
Look everywhere. Once you have exhausted all your options, then we will panic. So this is a journey that we're taking right now of you are in control of how you feel. And if you go to 100 real quick,
Besides telling them, do you believe in sheltering or what I call poverty habits? So for example, today's Okibela Matix. Today, Siyama Siyovasha Lokshin, and I want us to, I don't know if it's possible to visit people in shacks. I just want you to experience something. Or are you hoping the stories are enough?
I mean, we go back home to PMB and it's very gassy, it's very shacks, it's very chickens in the street and cows. So they know that that's where mommy grew up and they know that that's their grandma's house and they get to see that every December. But
they're not bougie when they're there.
No. Oh, no. They actually can't wait to go there because in the burb, they can't play in the streets. And, you don't know your neighbor. Yeah. So in Maritzburg, that's what they love. They're like, I've got so many friends. I've got so many. I can't bath quick enough in Maritzburg. Yeah, it's a gassy living. You barely can find your child just to give them lunch. Pila bantu. So they love hood living.
How does your mom feel about your success?
I think my mom is proud. I mean, she's also told me, I think my mom is proud. I hope my mom is proud. I am her last soldier standing, and I just want her to die happy. That's it.
I wrote a list of some names.
Okay.
It's not a long list. I know it's longer.
What is it?
You've already mentioned Trevor Noah.
Yes.
You've also Show Majosi. Who spoke about being a choice mom. Anyways, it's a conversation for another day. I've had Miranda Nchangase here of Star Quality. She used to be my agent under Gaino back in the day.
Oh, the beautiful Afro lady.
Yeah. Dr. Sizwe Mpofu Walsh, Springbok superstar now, Sasha Feinberg Mgome Zulu. Overseas, you've got your Drake. Well, half overseas, Doja Cat.
Yeah.
A lady like Amandla Stenberg. Do you identify with any of these people? These are people with biracial.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got parents of different races.
Honestly, Trevor Noah is the one I identify the most with. Every time he'd say something, I'll be like, finally, somebody gets it. It wasn't just me. Because, we are colored looking, white presenting, white hair, but vernacular is perfect because we were raised by our black moms. And he knows his dad way more than I know my dad. But his life doesn't seem like it was heavily influenced by the white side of him. So his experiences sound so similar to mine. I was also just in the last bits of apartheid getting to see my mom with stones here fighting. I remember a little bit of that toying in Peter Maritzburg and people being fascinated with why my Zulu is so good. And it took me a long time to understand why I was a fascination. Just why are you fascinated with my hair? I'm like, but funny. And I always never knew how they can tell that I am not black. I'm like, but
come on. I've asked some of these people that I've sat with, the Sizwe Mpofu Walsh, Miranda Nchangase in particular, if they struggled with an identity crisis growing up, and if they have, how did they overcome it? I think for some of them, Usizwe, for example, I think identifies as Xhosa.
Yeah.
He went through initiation, but he was largely raised by his white British mom. Miranda was largely raised by her white father, but they seem to have adopted being black more than anything. And I think Trevor as well, as I don't know if I'd call it a coping mechanism to say, this is who I am. It's very rare for a biracial child to be like, I'm white.
Right.
No, we grew up in the...
Yeah, it's true. It's true. The crisis I had was that I never felt like I could connect to how I looked. Yeah, I always felt inside that I would look different. So I even went as far as to draw what I think I look like. I draw and I paint. And it was a brown-skinned girl with very black hair. But I think that's also because that was my definition of beauty. It was dark skin and Afro hair because that's all I saw. So I was almost I want to look like everybody else. I want to look like my family. I want to look like my mom. I don't know what this is. And I grew up insecure, not the most confident girl. I would only be confident literally upon seeing myself on the mirror. Like reminded that that's your cover. Like that's your mask. That's what people are seeing. But like when I'm not in front of a mirror back in the day, I would almost like ngathi nje I'm not worthy, ngathi ngintomazane average, nothing special about her until I'd see a mirror. And so I had to learn how to, and I can't say I've connected to the way I look even till to this day, but I have accepted the way I look and I have used it to my advantage. But internally, I still feel like a brown-skinned girl. That's crazy.
Do you think you discriminated against white guys because you were raised black?
No, I never discriminated, but I just never found them attractive. Like the thin lip. Yeah, like if my lip is touching your chin, babes, and then kunephunga lomlungu alibi lingathi impahla ezintsha.
Jesus, I can't believe you just raised that.
Ngathi stash sasesitolo. Oh, brand new clothes. Banaleyo nto and thina sinobokhokho bata. So I just was never, and also I kind of assumed that white people were just also not attracted to me, that they didn't think I was attractive because I wasn't black enough or white enough.
Sure.
I was this thing. So I've never dated a white man, ever.
Do your kids, I know they're growing up in Joburg, maybe it's a bit different. Have they ever raised any identity issues? I'll give a few examples. During my varsity years, there was a time when I struggled with identity and I spent an entire summer in the sun trying to get darker. Oh, wow. And I was trying to fix the way I speak English to sound more African.
Imagine.
I remember my son was in creche and my sister in grade 8. They were in schools where the white Afrikaans kids were being treated better. So they both came home at different times saying, please, can I study in Afrikaans? And I'm just wondering, have your kids ever had any identity issues? Like, Mom, people are asking, why do you look like that? Have you ever had to deal with that?
No, my kids, they find themselves very fascinating. I don't know, maybe it's the way I've kind of pitched it as well. You know, magic hair, it straightens, it shrinks.
Magic hair?
Yeah, they both have the magic. Like black hair is magic hair, y'all. That's the only hair that you can take from being fluffy and afro-y and make it white. You can straighten it, and once it touches water, it fluffs back up. Come on. Who else's hair can do that? Huh? White people hair can't turn into an afro. No, we can't. Black hair is magical. They know that they're quarter white, half Xhosa, half Zulu. They find that very fascinating. Like hair can't wait to go to the mountain one day. I don't think he understands fully what that all means. But he'll get circumcised in the hospital, but he definitely will go for the teachings and all that stuff.
Who decided to circumcise him in the hospital?
His father.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to his dad.
He says his dad did it that way as well. His mom.
Okay, fair enough.
Gogo did it that way.
Okay.
Yeah, this whole knife at the top of the mountain. No, the fact that there was even a trend, guys.
Was it Miss Wholeness?
Yes.
I don't know if you'd like to say anything about her and any other teachers that maybe had an impact on you in high school.
Yeah, Miss Sebastian and Miss Wholeness. Miss Sebastian was the first teacher I ever had, grade 1, Alston Primary School. She was so beautiful and so sweet and loving and made me love myself. She'd call me Angel Face. And I just remember, I remember stealing my mom's earrings to give her as a present. And
that's a cute story.
When my mom came to see me perform, and she's like,
hey,
joining us. Those are my earrings. And then Miss Wholeness, who is the first teacher in grade 8 to make me fall in love with drama. And thankfully, I got to keep one teacher from grade 8 to matric. And it feels, the way she taught drama, it feels like in grade 8, she said, in the beginning, there was theater in this year, and it went through these phases, and in matric, she said, the end. I just remember everything she taught me. I'm not big on theory. I'm a practical learner. But the way she'd paint the picture, bruh, like she was a 60-something-year-old feisty, fresh woman who'd say, like, my grandmother walks faster than you. I loved her so much. Walk, potatoes. I loved Miss Wholeness. She is the reason why I do what I do today. Honestly, she made me fall in love with this medium. I thought I wanted to be a nurse or a doctor.
Really?
Yeah, and then blood and needles. Couldn't do it. And math. Couldn't do it.
It's interesting when you hear what people wanted to become or what their parents were, and then you try and draw a link with what they're doing today.
Nah, no link.
Are you a healer? Arguably.
Ooh, I am a nurturer for sure.
Arguably. I mean, when I think of specifically these two roles that we're referencing now, because they're recent, Shut Up, Men Are Talking, and
That's a
Bad
beautiful way to look
Influencer,
at it.
at least for me, there's been a lot of healing and doctoring.
That's good.
It's been beautiful.
I haven't made that correlation, but I see it. Yeah. Make better.
I've got nothing else for you. I don't know if you have anything to say.
Kuphelele, what is not out there is to be kept out of people's businesses. I live a very scandalous, most adventurous, most beautiful life that no one knows about. And I keep it that way. Yeah. And the more they don't know, the more I can do, you see. Hence, you don't see me at the events where the celebrities will be, or the carpets.
Are you a celebrity?
I'm an actor. I'm absolutely an actor. I am not celebrated in any way. I'm an actor.
Ingane yamama uNtomfuthi Mbeje.
Mwakambeju Isabel.
And
Ntomfuthi Isabel Mbeje.
Is it Mr. or Meneer? Johan Reyneke.
Mr. Johan.
Mr. Johan.
Reyneke. Mr. Johan Ivan Reyneke.
Come on.
Ivan and Isabel.
Ingane yasembali. Ekuthuleni road. Ngakamthemba esitolo.
Likwazi ukuthi iqanda. Yo, ngakamthemba esitolo. Yo, you did your research, hey? My guy. Sheesh, sekushoda uthi emgaqweni omusha.
Come on.
Yeah. Thank you.
Joanne, thank you so much for joining me. I've enjoyed this. Thinking of your journey, it's still triggering. Yeah. And hopefully I'll be okay. But thank you for being authentically yourself.
Of course.
Thank you for fighting external influences that probably wanted you to become something which you're not.
Amen.
Thank you for not selling out.
Appreciate that.
But also thank you for having the sensitivity of understanding why some people do. Congrats on your current success. I'm looking forward to more success. To be honest, I don't even care about future success, but the fact that you're brilliant now is amazing.
Amen.
Shout out to your kids for having you as a mom. Shout out to their dad, who's there as well. Yeah, man, your father's story would have been interesting, and I hope maybe in some way your siblings on your father's side can tell more. I don't know. But thank you.
Thank you. No prophetic pagati. Thank you.
Come on.
You should be on pulpits or just in front of crowds speaking.
About that.
Yeah, not in a Christian context, just in front of people speaking. That's my phone.
Thank you. Joanne Luandle.
Thank you.
Reyneke.
No, you said Nobuhle.
Yeah, but that's mine. You haven't accepted it yet, so.
Okay, fine.
Joanne Nobuhle Luandle. Reyneke, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. P. Thanks.